This is Eric Alexander, Six Arrows Consulting. I'm pretty sure you've been there. It's a group meeting, you're trying to make a decision as a group, and the discussion proceeds, but there's a voice that dominates. Usually it's the person who speaks first. Maybe it's the boss who spoke first. Maybe the boss is speaking first because he or she wants the voice to dominate and drive the discussion. But think about what happens. The person who speaks first often kind of drives the outcome of the whole conversation. Maybe I don't get an opportunity to express my opinion. Maybe other valuable insights are missed and lost in the conversation because that first voice dominates. It doesn't always, but it's enough of a common occurrence that there's some research about it that came out recently. There's a book, Noise, by Daniel Kahneman and some co-authors, where he and they are writing about what they call noise, which is errors in judgment. One of the things they talk about is that dynamic in meetings where that first voice tends to dominate the discussion and the outcome. They call that problem the information cascade. If you're interested, on my website, I've got a blog where I dig a little bit deeper into that topic of cascading and some ideas on maybe how to mitigate those problems. But what if we think about it not just as a problem, but an opportunity? It is a problem, but is there maybe an opportunity there? Not just a bug, but a feature. What if we take that reality of the first voice dominating in a group discussion and use it for our purposes? What if we select out of the group in the room somebody who's wise, somebody that we all acknowledge as wise? Maybe she's known for her integrity. She's got deep experience. She's got demonstrated wisdom. I've got somebody specific in mind that I worked with closely. Those of you who are my colleagues, you probably know who I'm thinking about. But what if we ask that person, the one we all know is wise, to speak first? Yes, all of us then speak up along the way and add to it and enrich the discussion. But what if we ask her to go first? She might demur and let us as a group wrestle with the issue ourselves and see what we come up with on our own and then speak later. But maybe it's worth asking. Or what about this? Maybe instead of an individual voice, what if we go to a collective voice? Here's what I mean for that. For a lot of us as organizations, we've spent time very carefully crafting documents that lay out our mission, our vision, our values, what's important to us as an organization. What if we start the conversation on whatever the specific topic is with the relevant part out of that mission, vision, shared values to get us grounded so as we move forward, we don't lose sight of what's really important. If we say employees are important to us and we're dealing with an employee issue, let's get grounded first in what we've already concluded is important. Let's let that collective voice dominate. Let's be deliberate about that. Here's another possibility. Maybe it's a Christian ministry or an organization where the leaders are seeking to lead with Christian principles. Could we start the discussion with a scripture, maybe a passage or a principle, or maybe an illustration or an example out of scripture that somehow relates to the issue we're dealing with, and be deliberate and intentional about letting that voice inform us as we're making our decisions? The first voice tends to speak really loudly. There may be some ways for us to use that to our benefit. It's something to think about. Thanks for listening.